Hello, comadres. Welcome to the Moon Report. I am your resident moon goddess, Marlene. So happy to share space with you as always. And so happy that you're here. Thank you for supporting this. Thank you for, always coming to the Moon Reports, being here live, and also watching after. We welcome it all. So thank you, thank you. This new moon today is in Taurus and it comes during eclipse season. Yes, we are in eclipse season, kicking things off today with a partial solar eclipse. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the new moon. We're going to be talking about Taurus. We're going to be talking about the eclipse and the nodes. And then we're going to be talking about Venus, who is a huge player, I believe, during this new moon. And I think our personal guide of divine feminine energy to give us what we need and to get us through the new moon, but with the best intentions and the most force behind our intentions. And that comes from love. And that's what Venus is all about. So let's start with the new moon. The new moon is happening tomorrow, and Eastern Standard Time is 4:28 p.m. So it is happening in the area of big changes. So this new moon is happening in Taurus, and Uranus has been in Taurus for quite a while, making changes, ruffling up Taurus's feathers. Uranus is the planet of awakening, of big sudden changes, and a vibration that we don't really even understand. It's the Uranus has been called the father of the heavens, so it's a frequency that is beyond us. And the way that it works is with electricity. It almost feels like electric, a lot of like movement, right? In the way of I think it's even related with the nervous system, to be honest. So I know Mercury is said to be, rule the nervous system, but I think Uranus does trigger the nervous system. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. So this new moon is conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and it's happening in the area of your life that has been through big changes. Wherever, for astrologers that are a little bit more well versed, it's happening in your natal chart wherever Uranus sits, wherever Taurus sits, then it's happening in that part of your natal chart. And then for beginners, a natal chart is kind of your map where what you have in the astros at the time, location, place that you were, time that you were born, day that you were born, and place that you were born. So, maybe you want to explore natal charts because it does really give us a lot of information as to where these changes are happening in our life. And Uranus being in Taurus is really, like I said, shaking things up. So what has been shooken up for you in the last, year, actually, it's a little bit more than a year, like a year and a half, 2 years. So, Uranus is one of the outer planets. So its transit is a little longer, a little slower.
Hello?
So where are we, having this feeling of what comes up when I say big changes in your life in the last few years? Because probably this is what is going to be affected during this new moon. And also tomorrow, we have a partial solar eclipse that's happening. And when eclipses are happening, they already bring big changes and changes that stick, changes that may drastically change your life. And then all of a sudden, it's permanent. And you're like, wait, where am I going? So, I would say the last two eclipse seasons have been that way for me. It's just really radically changed my life. So I guess we could say that in the next few days, we're going to be feeling either changes or the beginning stages or the end stages of certain changes. And eclipses happen in the nodes. So if you've been here in my moon report, you've heard me talking about the nodes all the time. But for you new comadres that are here, the nodes are part of the moon. The moon has two nodes, the north and the south node. And when we look at these things in a chart, we're looking where the energy is going versus where the energy came from. So the North Node, which is sitting now collectively for all of us in Taurus, is telling us in the direction that as a people, as a planet, we should be moving towards Taurian things versus Scorpion things, which is where the South Node is sitting right now, which is where we're coming from and where we've learned lessons, and we bring these lessons towards the North Node. So Scorpion lessons are around things that need to be more transparent. And when we're talking about collectively, you know, we may be looking at things that are top secret, things that are, you know, at a government level in the levels of like CIA, things that are happening in certain systems and certain resources that we all share. And we're moving towards what's coming towards the light, right? We're moving towards Taurus. So we're moving towards things that are more stable, that we value as a people more. You know, certain things that are more in balance and more transparent and in the light that help us build with each other so that everybody can know where everybody is at and build things that have certain stability, that can last for ages and ages and work not only for certain people, but all people. So collectively, this is where we're moving. And, you know, Taurus is reflecting certain things back to us in terms of like, because Taurus is earth energy. So personally, these things are being reflected back to us as what is it that you've planted and you want to cultivate and grow. Taurus is about building. It also rules the body. So what seeds have you planted that you want to tend to now and that you would like them to be in fruition in your life? And these changes, they've been coming for a while, like I mentioned. So it's not like you just now decided that you're going to change something. And if you did, that's fine. But the things that are being highlighted right now have been coming in a slow and steady change. Taurus moves intentionally, slowly, and steady. And that's why it doesn't like Uranus in its like house, because Uranus is electricity and popping off everywhere. And Taurus is like, chill, dude. Let's, you know, have a glass of wine. Let's eat this delicious food. And, you know, they don't quite get each other's frequency. So these things that I'm talking about, you have been uncomfortable about. They have made you uncomfortable. So when you're thinking and reflecting about these things, remember, like I was talking about the nervous system, I feel like Uranus can affect the nervous system. So what is being reflected in your body? Like, feel your body when you think about these things or you're going through these things, and tend to that. Because from that groundedness is where you're going to get the clarity as to what direction it is that you're going, like, and can I deal with these changes? You know, I think Uranus triggers the nervous system most because it creates these radical sudden changes in our lives that as humans, you know, we sometimes don't deal well. Like there's certain humans that deal well with change, and then there's some of us in the middle and some of us that don't deal with it at all. Like, so I think it triggers us in that way. So what you're planting, what you've planted and what you want to grow right now can really take root. Make your intentions clear. Write them down. You know, send them off to the ethers, speak them out, and also write them down. Because I have I have a feeling that we're going to be referring back to this intention here that you set today with this new moon or in the next 3 days. These changes will bring you closer to who you are as a person. What you've been planting will take root in terms of what you value most. Good questions right now is, what do I value in my life? Who are the people that I value in my life? Who am I right now in terms of what I want close to me, what I want to be involved in, how I want to express myself as a human. As I mentioned, Venus is a very big player right now because she is the ruler of Taurus, and she has been on a long journey. Long journey. And she's coming through in this eclipse. She's right now in Pisces, in the last degrees of Pisces. When I say right now is when this new moon is happening tomorrow. So she'll be in the either 27, 28 degrees, and 29 is the last degree of the houses in astrology. When they're transiting, when the planets are transiting the house, they move through different degrees. As the degrees get closer to the end, the intensity gets closer. Hey, did you learn the lessons that we taught you? Did you pass the class? And in this particular moment, Venus is reflecting things in regards to what she's learned about her spirituality, how she has grown. She is in conjunction with Jupiter, meaning they're together in the same degree at the time of this new moon, just coming off of a conjunction with Neptune, because Jupiter and Neptune are still in their little dance that's going to be going on for most of the year. So she's coming off of what she's learned with Neptune, and she's ready. She's ready to let go and purge the things that no longer serve her highest values. She's exalted in Pisces. That means that she loves being in Pisces. She revels, the planet revels in that constellation. So she's ready to let things go. She's been through a lot. She's accepting what she's learned. And she's ready to deal with whatever ending it is that's going to get her on this new cycle. And this new moon is feeding us, fueling us to move into a new cycle. Now Pluto is also going retrograde in Capricorn. So there's this theme around not making the same mistakes twice, learning what you learned and really integrating, taking time to integrate it into your life so that you don't make the same mistakes twice. She's also acknowledging herself for how far she has come, celebrating herself and connecting to her God self. With Pisces, it's moving in high spiritual realms. So she's not only connected to her values, but she's connected to her spirit. So if all of us can embody this divine feminine energy that she's putting out during this time, I think it would really help with whatever edges we may be feeling, whatever triggers we may be feeling, whatever intensity may be around this aspect, because it really is a beautiful new moon to set new intentions. I'm not sure. I mean, Taurus is just such a strong thing. I mean, I would even say maybe a ceremony could even be, maybe something connecting to the earth I would do during this time. I think rituals are okay to do right now during this eclipse time, like this particular one, because of its connection to Taurus and Venus, you know? But if you don't feel ready, if you don't feel clear about your intentions just yet, give it a couple of days. Let the intensity simmer down a little bit and see where you are in a few days, reassess. I just want to remind you that when you're moving into ceremonial work or when you're moving into ritual work, it's really important to come to the work from a place of unconditional love, no matter what you're working with. So this is the reason why when we would see ceremonies maybe performed by natives or tribes, they do a lot of dancing and moving before a ceremony. They really use their bodies to raise the vibration, not only around them, but in their body so that they can move into a space of gratitude and unconditional love for the prayers that they're going to be doing that ceremony, for the intentions that they're going to be, you know, wanting to manifest. So always remember when you approach that kind of work, if you're not in the space, don't do it. Just don't. If you can't move yourself into a heart vibration where you can have unconditional love for yourself and others, then I would wait to another day, another phase, another season, another day. But if you are ready and you feel connected to that God self, if you can embody these Venusian things that we just spoke about, if you can really see yourself in that place of, I'm accepting what I've learned, I'm ready for whatever ends, if I take ownership of that, and I'm ready for the changes that are coming, then go right ahead, because this is a beautiful new moon for your intentions to really take root. Taurus can help with that. And what Taurus plants is very hard to move. It's kind of stable, you know, if it's planted correctly with the right intentions, right? Even if it's planted incorrectly with the wrong intentions. So be careful, you know, of what you're manifesting. Remember, we're manifesting all the time. Every word we say, every action we do, every thought that we have. Okay? So let's be mindful. Let's be mindful. So may this new moon, you know, inspire you for big changes, to step into who you've been working to be for this entire time, ready for new things, new challenges. You can do it. I believe in you, comadre. So believe in yourself. Okay? Big hug. Thank you. Thank you. As always, if you have any questions, I'm always available on Instagram as The Modern Mystic, or in Mighty Networks under Marlene Menendez or marlenemenendez.com. You can contact me to just have a chat. But if you're ever wondering, you know, in this work where you should start, you know, let's get on a call. Let's talk about it, because sometimes it's not easy to what to do with all this, with everything that we're talking about. So thank you. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you soon.